Meghan Markle recently sat down for an interview with Variety magazine in which she talked about the death of Queen Elizabeth II, her and Prince Harry's lives in Montecito and their hopes for the future. The Duchess of Sussex told journalist Matt Donnelly, "In big moments in life, you get a lot of perspective. It makes you wonder what you want to focus your energy on," adding, "Right now, we feel energized and excited about all of the things we've been building toward." Now, a leading royal expert has claimed the interview indicates that the Duke and Duchess are focused on their new lives, and don't have any desire to return to the royal fold. Katie Nicholl, author of the recent bestseller, The New Royals, was a guest on this week's episode of the Today for Daily podcast. She and Kinsey Schofield, the creator of the podcast, discussed Ms. Nicholl's new book and what's next for the royal family. They also touched on Meghan's Variety interview, which came out 2 days before the episode's release. Ms. Nicholl said, "Clearly, she and Harry are very much focused on their new lives and what they're doing." She talks about the docuseries, although she sort of skirted the issue as to exactly what it's about and what we can expect. "But I think it's very clear that they are living and loving their lives in California. And so when people say to you, 'Do you think there's ever a way back for them?' I think they don't want to come back. And I think that interview sort of makes it very clear that this is their new life, this is what it's all about for them." Read more. Meghan had time to reflect on the cut interview after snarky comments. Meghan and Harry have pursued private ventures since leaving the royal family. Image, Getty Images. Meghan sat down for an interview with Variety magazine. Image, Ramona Rosales for Variety. Meghan Markle told to get a grip after constant complaints on podcast. Meghan Markle said she disliked feeling forced to be all looks and little substance during her stint as a briefcase girl on the US version of Deal or No Deal. Meghan reflected on her time working on the game show in 2006 on the latest episode of her podcast. Read more here. During the interview, Meghan confirmed she and Harry had been working on a documentary series, a project that has long been speculated by royal commentators and fans. Reports have suggested the series, which will be produced by Netflix and Archwell Productions, is an at-home style documentary, giving viewers insight into the Sussexes' lives in Montecito. Meghan told Variety, "It's nice to be able to trust someone with our story, a seasoned director whose work I've long admired, even if it means it may not be the way we would have told it. But that's not why we're telling it. We're trusting our story to someone else, and that means it will go through their lens. It's interesting. My husband has never worked in this industry before. For me, having worked on Suits, it's so amazing to be around so much creative energy and to see how people work together and share their own points of view. That's been really fun." The upcoming docuseries will be led by Oscar-nominated director Liz Garbus, who has worked on a number of documentary films, including Love, Marilyn, and What Happened, Miss Simone? The Duke and Duchess of Sussex currently live in Montecito, California. Image, Getty Images. Trending as well as praising the director, the Duchess of Sussex showed her admiration for Ms. Garbus in her August cover interview with The Cut, describing her as incredible. Reports that Meghan and Harry were filming a docuseries first emerged in September 2021 when they were seen with videographers during a visit to New York City where they met with a handful of officials ahead of their appearance at Global Citizen Live. While Page Six has claimed the documentary will be released in early December, other outlets have indicated the Sussexes have cold feet about it following the death of Queen Elizabeth II, and may delay it in order to make edits. Moreover, following days of negative front-page stories regarding the upcoming series of The Crown, executives at Netflix reportedly feel it would be ill-advised to stream The Crown in November followed by the Harry and Meghan documentary in December. Don't miss, Harry snubbed William's offer of crisis talks over leak fears King Charles to host South Africa's Ramaphosa in first state visit. Thousands of messages sent to King Charles III after Queen's death. Meghan and Harry relocated to the US following their exit from the firm, Image, Express. Co.uk. A source told Deadline last week, they're rattled at Netflix, and they blinked first and decided to postpone the documentary. The Crown is back for a fifth season, and a recent trailer has revealed some of the dramatic real-life events watchers will see unfold. The series will dramatize the events of the early 90s, which saw a devastating fire at Windsor Castle, the breakdown of multiple royal marriages, and Diana, Princess of Wales' bombshell interview with the BBC's Panorama. Netflix was forced to issue a statement last week after former Prime Minister John Major slammed the period drama, telling the Mail on Sunday it is a barrel load of malicious nonsense, and calling for a boycott of the show. A spokeswoman for The Crown subsequently defended the show, saying, "The Crown has always been presented as a drama based on historical events. Series 5 is a fictional dramatization, imagining what could have happened behind closed doors during a significant decade for the royal family, one that has already been scrutinized and well documented by journalists, biographers and historians." The new season of The Crown is set to be released on Netflix in November. Image, Getty Images. But while the new season is expected to shine a negative light on the royal family, a royal biographer has claimed it might have the opposite effect on Meghan. Tom Bower, author of Revenge, Meghan, Harry and the War Between the Windsors, joined Darren Grimes on GB News on Saturday to discuss the Duchess of Sussex's interview with Variety magazine. He claimed that the Sussexes documentary series, tied in with the latest release from The Crown, will help Meghan prove herself as a victim. Mr. Bower explained, "I do think that long interview had a couple of gems. First of all, she admits the death of the Queen was a complicated time, but she also admits that she's got a forthcoming Netflix series about herself and Harry. That's going ahead despite her protests. So what is very fascinating about Meghan, especially with The Crown coming out as well, is that she keeps on doing these interviews to promote herself. There seems to be a great splurge of Meghan confessions and Meghan interviews and Meghan appearances because she's trying to present herself as somebody who is really important in America." He continued, "And in that, I think she's succeeding, and I think that more and more Americans are turning and saying that what she's saying is credible." Unfortunately, the Crown series will actually strengthen her case that somehow the royal family is troubled and Meghan is the victim of their doings and their goings-on.